following podcast contains spoilers, foul language, graphic violence, and nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey, John, you want to sing us the song of your lineage?
Fuck you, Joe.
Four guys and a movie. Four guys and a movie. Don and Brian, Rob and Joe reviewing movies for the show. Four guys and a movie.
That's more aggressive than I thought.
Welcome, everybody, back to the quarantine zone that is the 4 a.m. podcast, the podcast about movies. My name is Rob, and I'll be your host today. I am joined by... All right, Gurgle come.
Tony. Jammies.
Jammies.
I was going to go with Jazz.
Let's all go with Jammies.
Well, you could be Jammies. You could be...
Joe, you're Toadface.
I'm totally
Zimmies or whatever.
I'll be your shitty god. That eats shit.
You're halfway there.
Yeah.
And I'll be Mickey Mouse.
That's right. The Lord Mickey Mouse of Latter-day Saints. Yeah, so we're joined by our buddy John today. Welcome back to the podcast, John.
Thank you.
You're not the only returning person. I was going to talk about Dennis Quaid, but
He's a member.
Yeah, he's definitely a member.
Pretty much at this point, right? Because we've seen him a few times
Have
now.
we?
I know for Dragonheart.
Yeah, but that's all I remember seeing him in.
We spent some quality time together with Dragonheart.
Yeah, quality time. Mm-hmm.
I can't remember now, but I'm sure we'll see him again.
Mm-hmm. It's only a matter
Dennis
of time.
Quaid will return. Dun, dun, dun. Enemy Mine, we watched.
1985.
Do you guys want to do a history of the movie or our personal history first?
I think personal history first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. Pass. Who wants to go next?
I've seen it ages ago. I think just the one time. Maybe I caught bits of it on TV or something, but I remember liking the aliens and stuff, but it's rather slow. So as a kid, I couldn't really stick it out.
Yes, I saw it many times in the late 80s and early 90s on TV. And as a kid, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, in the late 80s, I don't think I ever saw it all the way through. Honestly, I don't think I ever saw the beginning. I never knew how they crashed here. They crash on the planet. But I remember the moment, I started watching, I remembered that fucking tentacle monster. And that was probably the prime candidate for, the monster under my bed when I was a kid, was that tentacle monster.
Okay.
It's the Fright Zone monster, but with a tongue.
I suppose, if you care to go in that direction with it.
But yeah, I think this is my first time seeing it all the way through.
Yeah, this was not at all what I was expecting it to be. So
I also continuously think this movie's called Enemy Mind.
I don't think this movie was what anyone expected to see.
that's fair.
It was not.
I mean, it was a little bit of what I expected.
Spoiler.
Because what I expected was we're enemies, now we've stuck together, we slowly become friends.
Frenemies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone expected that part.
that part was
shacking up and having a kid together.
I did not expect Brokeback Mountain to happen at all. That's a definite. Hey, Joe, hand me that box right. No, the box, not the turtle. Thank you, sir. It is Easter, so I got us Cadbury cream eggs.
Are you attempting to throw Cadbury cream eggs as a smoke bomb right now?
Correct.
Situation.
You have found me out, sir.
Oh, we don't have nearly enough of them for that.
That's it. It's more than enough to work on me. I already forgot what you were just saying.
He was making a comparison to Brokeback Mountain, which I have never seen.
I can't say I've seen
This
it either.
movie will go on.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is actual sex in Brokeback Mountain.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
From what I have been told, yes.
They have it. I don't remember how much you see it.
Penetration. Full.
Well, at least they would have had an excuse for getting pregnant.
And this isn't a brown bunny. Anyway, never mind. So,
History of the movie, I guess.
Oh, I thought we were doing Cadbury cream eggs. All right.
No, the cream eggs have been distributed.
I don't think we need to go into a deep dive of eating.
No,
Cadbury
you need to
cream
go
eggs.
eat them at your leisure.
I also wasn't sure
I'm
if
gonna
these
spin
were
it like
something.
Joe's doing because that's
Yeah, there was something special about these. Anyway, so yeah, already discussed Enemy Mine from 1985, directed by Wolfgang Peterson.
Where do I know him from?
Germany.
The Never-Ending
Never-Ending
Story
Story.
and
Oh.
Outbreak and Air Force One, previous episode, I believe, right? We did.
No, we haven't done either of those.
No?
We really should do Outbreak, though. I don't know if that one's on the list, but
2 on the nose, I think.
And The Perfect Storm. And if you're
Oh,
also
dear.
listeners of How Did This Get Made, they just recently did Shattered, which is also one of his movies.
However, you shouldn't listen to other movie podcasts. You should only listen to ours and tell all your friends to do the same.
awkward
Brand
staring
management,
contest
Tony,
between
brand
the
management.
two
That's right.
brothers
we
here.
can share the love. Anyway.
Yeah, but they already have all the love.
I can't
They
right
need to
now.
share
I'm
with
in
us.
quarantine.
That's right. Joe can't share the love.
See, if I mention them, maybe they'll mention
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul Scheer, you're listening. I know it.
Yeah, he's listening. Kaboom
So-
it. Just kaboom it.
Originally, there was a different director attached to this movie who had quite a bit of a budget and shot a lot of the movie before he was fired by the heads of Fox and brought in Wolfgang Peterson, who then just decided to throw all the footage out and start over.
So like the Hobbit trilogy.
Yeah, so keep that in mind for the budget later. The movie's title, Enemy Mine. A lot of people, well, the studios apparently were afraid people would not understand it, which is why they kind of shoved in that last little bit at the end where they had to go through a mine because they think.
Please tell me you're joking.
I am not joking.
Oh, the sound you're about to hear is my forehead hitting the microphone.
And then my favorite little bit of trivia on this is apparently I'm not sure. I'm guessing one of the space station scenes where they wanted a hallway to look a lot longer than it was. They set up mirrors to, it was an old
Definitely
trick.
in that space station.
Yeah, but you can still take tours in this area and see that. And apparently, it was so good that one of the tour guides actually walked into one of the mirrors and broke it.
I'm honestly surprised the cardboard held up that long.
Eh. It's a little better than that. They certainly have the money for more than that. Want to guess how much money they had?
Now, are we including before all the shit that they? Had
I
to
believe
discuss?
so.
Total
I
combined budget.
wasn't able to find out specifics of how
Yeah.
much went towards what, but I've got the overall estimated total.
All right. Now, in $1985, it's usually a single-digit number, but I feel like this one they blew too much money.
Yeah,
so-
Tony's making it really sound like there's big bucks on the line here.
Yeah. I'm still gonna lowball it. I think it is a 2-digit number. I'm gonna say like 12 million.
I'm gonna highball it. I'm gonna say 25 million. John's got a mouthful of cream.
Yeah.
Genie cream.
So they partially shot a movie, then threw it away,
Mm-hmm.
then completely reshot a whole another movie that, even though it's 1985, there's a lot of special effects.
Oh, a lot of
To
effects.
various degrees of
A lot of
special.
effects.
In my opinion, a pretty damn good alien costume prosthetic for 1985.
For the time, all good stuff.
I'll push it to 30.
It will go to John. It was $40 million.
Oh God!
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, it was almost, from what I could read, I think it was around $20 million that was wasted on the first half.
Holy crap!
Want to guess how much it made?
Damn near 3 Predators. That's an Aliens and a Predator.
Eh,
All right, how much it made?
Yeah.
Not that.
I know I know it didn't do well.
I'll say 20.
I'm just gonna stick with 12.
15.
I did Joe, $12 million.
Okay.
So, not so great.
Hey, John, you already got a dingleberry in your mustache there.
Oh,
Stop eating ass, John.
yeah. Well, I mean, after what we just watched, that was all they had to eat.
He was inspired.
After the green orbs run out, all you got is ass. Yeah, cast.
Yeah.
Cast.
So $40 million. I don't think it was paid on the cast. I mean, I don't know how much.
Couldn't be.
Yeah, you got Dennis Quaid, who you can get that anywhere. That's not a lot.
Well, back then, I think he might have been worth something.
As Willis Davidge, and then Louis Gossett Jr. as Drac, and Bumper Robinson as Zammies. And he only got included because his name's Bumper.
Do you know, you guys recognize the voice at all? Or probably not anyway, but
Of Bumper?
yeah.
No, he was a no.
Well, yeah, I realized it was probably a mistake, but he's often now the voice of Cyborg and was the voice of Bumblebee in Transformers Animated.
2 shows I haven't really watched.
All right.
I watched some of Animated, but it was like years ago.
Also, when I say Cyborg, I don't mean Teen Titans or Teen Titans Go. I mean like pretty much everything else where Cyborg shows up nowadays.
So I wouldn't even have seen it.
But
good for him that he's still working.
Yeah.
seeing Louis Gossett Jr. in action really made me want to see Iron Eagle, but I really don't want to see Iron Eagle at the same time.
What if it was Iron Eagle, but he was still in the costume?
That's where all the budget went.
I kind of want that.
was paying him to put on that
That's fine.
prosthetic.
We could do that.
Well, also keep in mind
He's like, why am I wearing a blow-up doll?
yeah, that whole prosthetic, and I imagine they used that on the first take of the movie too. So
Not necessarily.
Well, no, I believe they put him in the blow-up doll and then put a vacuum cleaner on the blow-up doll. It just sucked it right to him. And cut a slit for his mouth. And that was it. He was good to go.
no, the slit was there.
Yes, it was there. They just had to take the fleshlight out.
That's what it was. Okay.
Remove fleshlight.
Fair enough.
Insert Louis Gossett Jr.
A phrase you'll only hear on the 4 a.m. podcast.
That's right. We're going to have t-shirts made up.
Yes. Just a little diagram.
Yeah. One of those exploded diagrams.
Yeah.
It's like all the parts. Yeah.
Okay. So Enemy Mine begins with the announcement that in the late 21st century, Earth is at peace and all of the nations have learned to work together. So lol.
Yeah.
Already
Oh,
this
shit.
movie's like, in Fantasyland.
Well, I would imagine that's close to being true at least, because all evidence throughout this movie leads me to believe that America just
Won.
overtook
Yeah.
everything.
That's fair. Yes.
So
If it's one of those, they're all at peace because there's only one country.
Yes.
now, then yeah. So we see a nice corpse floating around in space, and there are these non-human aliens called the Drac. They're fighting mankind. It's more like mankind just picked a fight with them. And,
Yeah. It's like a
Yeah.
dispute over like a star system or something.
It's humans manifest destiny.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
We
basically
can
the
go
Native
wherever we
Americans
want
again.
and
Yeah.
Take whatever we want.
Yeah.
They were there first.
you're on these planets that we want. So automatically you're monsters and
Yeah.
we're attacking you. So, we see a nice model space station and the Dracs are showing up with their little model spaceships.
We see a fair to Midland model space station.
Well, I mean, I
Again,
was...
for 1985.
Yeah, the main
It's no Death Star, but
It's not even a satellite of love.
no, the main station here is pretty good. That trucker ship that flew past in the beginning, however,
Well,
That was a little dubious.
That was definitely Mr. Science Theater.
All right, so, pew pew, it's a space battle, and it's not a very good space battle. As the Rage in this time, you've got your pew pew lasers, and then you have, spaceships using, World War II fighter tactics, doing the old loop-the-loop to get behind the guy, and
Sure.
stuff like that.
like you do.
And we
Fun and
meet
exciting.
our main character, Will. He's a pilot of one of these human fighters, and he's got Joey with him in the back seat. Joey's just got a rectangle of beep boop buttons behind him that appear to do nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that's about.
And
He's got buttons.
yeah, they're talking about Nurse Robinson, the white balloon.
Yeah.
While they're just casually murdering.
hey, she
these
lost
people.
20 pounds.
Yep.
Which, yeah, okay.
So
That should have been my name at the beginning of this.
yeah.
Just gonna stare into the light for a while.
And then Will just sucks. He's just like,
I mean, is that anything new, Joe?
no,
Okay.
as per usual.
As per usual, Will sucks.
Yeah, except this time Joey's in the fucking back seat and pays the price for his incompetence. Because fucking He just chases this Drac ship into the atmosphere, and like all the alarms are going off. Like, you done fucked up. Joey's like, yeah, let's get out of here. The ship can't do this, and he's like, no, it's all right. I'm just gonna crash it into the ground. You know,
Yeah.
the Drac just ejected because I mean he had this ship on his ass. He
Yeah.
couldn't really. His choice was get blown up or eject.
I believe at that point they'd also already hit him.
I think they got him once.
Yeah.
He was fucked. So, they crash on the planet. Of course, Will's fine, but Joey's just fucking dead. And his last words are like, "Don't call Nurse Robinson the white balloon" or something like that.
And he's
Don't
just
let
like,
the other guys.
Don't let the other guy.
yeah. And so Will's just like,
It hurts her feelings.
tell her to stop being such a fat ass.
And then slams a rock on his
Yeah,
face.
kills him.
No, he's like, hey, remember how you started by saying we were one civilization? Stop fat shaming.
Yeah. So,
Oh no.
Joey's last words,
No one ever will.
no
said-
doubt, go ignored. and
Joey, fat's not beautiful. Bang!
so Will's like, I'm not going to try to, granted the ship's on fire at this point, but Will's like, I'm not going to try to get anything useful out of there. Not even going to grab the survival kit that's probably in there. Nope. I'm just going to fucking go try to murder this Drac for reasons.
Well, he killed my
What else
Joey.
you gonna do?
With my tiny 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a steak knife.
He is now responsible for
Dude, he looks-
3 crew members
This
death?
knife looks like he just sauntered into the Ruth's Chris, just took a piece off the table and walked back out.
Mhm.
The BTA does not equip their fighter pilots.
No. All right, so
I
he
guess-
buries Joey under a pile of rocks.
I guess they never really intended them to leave the spaceship, basically. So
Yeah. Will goes and he sees where the Drac fighter lands. He's like, I'm gonna go on my revenge quest. On the way there, he talks about that the Drac are hermaphrodites and they're reptiles and they're terrible. And then we see this curious-looking little furry turtle bug thing. It's kind of adorable,
yeah,
kind of a nightmare at the same time.
I mean, yeah.
his face is a bit of an issue, but
Yeah, it's got some
That's a problem with the white balloon, too.
some eye stalk
It's
eyes.
basically a living Roomba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Living Roomba. And his dumb ass just goes wandering too close to the hole, and fucking tentacle comes out and just devours this friggin' thing.
slowly lifts him up and then pulls him down.
And what was ambivalence towards this movie at this point, like the memories of the dread as a child came flooding back. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, I remember that. So we are introduced to said Drac by seeing his naked form taking a goo bath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
First thing I do when I crash my fighter spaceship is I just get naked and crawl into the nearest.
Yeah. I mean, how
Pond full of
else
scum
are you going to
water.
know if it's a safe planet?
Yeah.
Unless you drop trow and scrub your balls in a mysterious liquid.
Just the first slime you see, just immerse
Yeah,
yourself in it.
just get in it.
Also a good idea because since you don't know how long you're going to be there
Mm.
and how much drinkable water you have, you
Yeah.
want to just get your ass in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yeah, and probably, I assume the stress from the space battle is probably going to give you diarrhea, so you're probably just shitting in that water like a hippopotamus.
No, like a duck the moment he gets in.
yeah,
there,
oh
he
yeah.
just
Just did that tail is like
Yeah.
swinging back and forth, just spraying that shit
Most
everywhere.
reptiles.
Yeah.
That's what-
Yeah, just this, it's fun. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
yeah, actually, now that I think about it, there's one particular scene where we see him underwater. I assumed that was a tail. Maybe just a poop.
Maybe.
Maybe he's just had a
Or maybe a back penis.
could be a back.
We
penis.
did think it was a back penis.
I mean, maybe that does curve around to the front vagina, and
Maybe
Could also be.
could be. Is that why he slept with his hands like between his legs?
To cause or prevent
Both.
something. Okay.
yeah.
Depending on the mood, I guess.
Yeah.
Tony,
What
please fetch for me a can from the magic can device behind you.
the fuck?
I said, please.
So Will sucks at both on a physical and mental level here.
Oh, okay. Well, Tony's been taking
Oh.
lessons from Will, I guess.
Yeah.
You saw I did
You
nothing.
didn't do anything.
So,
By the way, listeners of the podcast, you already know Will sucks, right? Thank you.
if you don't, Rob's gonna make sure.
We don't have to reiterate. He said, my wife made a spicy dish about a week ago, so I need to stay home today. Just too spicy.
That is not unlike how Will talks.
It is not.
Can I have one of these?
Yes, of course.
So fucking Will steps out from around the corner like he's just gonna fucking blow this guy away with his piece and just trips on a rock and drops the gun right into the slime pool.
And you're just like, yeah, that's Will.
Yep. So he's like, all right, well, I know what I'm gonna do now. Now that it starts raining, I'm just gonna go get all the fuel out of the Drac ship and just pour that in the slime pool, light that fucker on fire.
What is he yelling?
I don't know.
I believe he said burn, motherfucker, burn.
But I didn't hear burn. Like, my brain told me, okay, he's saying burn.
Yeah.
But, like, my ears said that is not phonetically any close.
Because what he said was,
Yeah.
so it's, you know.
Yeah, it was Dennis Quaid screaming at the top of his lungs. Not a very, very articulate fellow to begin with.
That's fair.
Channeling the Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
So he's so proud of himself. He's like, I'm gonna go steal his little alien pew pew ray gun here. Little does he know, it's protected by the green zaps.
Whatever that's about, sure.
Fucking get some After Effects green lines drawn on him after he grabs.
I'm pretty
this
sure
thing.
these are before effects.
That's correct.
And weirdly, in this time, he cannot let go of this device that is electrocuting him to get out of this problem.
Oh.
But the Drac can just get out of the
Well-
flaming water.
Well, I mean, when you're being electrocuted, your muscles all seize up. So if
Wait.
you're grabbing onto something, you're stuck
Yeah.
that way.
It's fair, I guess.
Tim didn't have that problem.
Yeah.
He shot off that fence like a champ.
And what we call it? The Drac. They bathe in burning slime for fun.
I guess. Oh, also, if what I'm reading is to be believed and makes sense because this is the director of such things as The Neverending Story, that may very well have been the Pool of Sadness. Or,
Yeah, it looked like
Yeah.
the same set, like the
I
same
think it was.
forest and everything.
yeah. They said it for sure was used in The Neverending Story. I'm assuming that means
Oh yeah, that forest was very
Swamp of
familiar.
Sadness. That's what it is.
So the Drac's just like, all right,
No, I live there.
your ass got yourself electrocuted. I guess you're my prisoner now.
Yep.
And they're like, Will wakes up. He's prisoner. Drac finally put his clothes on, and
Well, he was finished.
yeah.
Well, no, it's company. So
Well,
So anyway, he's like, oh, I'm gonna eat my little green orb here. It looks real good. And I guess I gotta feed you. So I got this like desiccated hot pocket that I found on a stick.
No, that was not a desiccated hot pot.
yeah, it was
That was a mucusy dildo.
fresh.
Desiccated hot pockets and mucusy dildos are actually fairly similar.
that's true.
It's a fresh pickle dick plucked from the tunic of the gods.
That was also me speculating that it might have been a turd.
It,
At the time.
yeah, it could have been one. It could have been one of his own shits.
And when Joe says green orbs, these things look like the little gumball machine
Yeah.
slime
Yeah,
things that you would get back in the 80s. Yeah, he's just slurping those down.
it's like a super bounce ball. Yeah, like just
Full of slime.
full of slime,
Well-
silly putty and slime.
Uh-oh, meteor time.
Yeah,
Got some meteors coming down. They go and they hide in a cave. In the cave,
Things get
Yo.
intimate.
yeah, Will frees himself from his bonds. He gets his knife back, decides he's not going to go for the kill. He's instead going to go loot the pod that just electrocuted the shit out of him. And, he goes to eat one of the green balls. And then he fucking gets the Drac guy here pointing a gun at him, yelling a bunch of stuff.
Drax like, do you eat these balls?
And then, Will's like, okay, check it out. We got to go out of here, even though there's a cave right there that just worked out great for us. We need to go somewhere else where there's more cover. So Drax's like, that's fine. You're carrying everything. I'll take the gun. And then, we see him build a little house. It falls down. Drac learned his first swear word.
Yeah.
Calls it shit, and it falls over, which the Drac finds just hilarious.
Yeah, they're slowly learning each other's language, and it's
Some slower than others.
it's charming and romantic.
Mm-hmm.
I like, again, I understand it's probably just more because of, being a movie and whatever, but the Drac just learns fluent English before this guy learns like a whole sentence in Drac language.
From the two characters, I totally believe it.
Oh yeah, again, America.
Yeah.
Well, we've established that Will sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, the whole episode. Aren't you?
Yeah, well,
So,
he earned it.
yeah, of course, Will just bludgeons Drac over the head with his culture and gets him to think that Mickey Mouse is some sort of supreme being, wise man.
Which, I mean,
Yeah, at that point in the future, could totally be accurate.
So,
It wasn't exactly that horrible.
mhm.
He says something about the old saying of, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. And then Jerry, that's his name, not Drac, actually.
Well,
Jerry.
He is a Drac.
he is a Drac.
But-
Yeah.
But
And-
Jerry then says, "Oh, you learned that from great Drac teacher, whatever his name was,
Ooga Booga.
Shizma or something."
Shit stain.
And then Will's like, "Oh, actually,
Space Jesus.
Mickey Mouse."
Mm-hmm.
And technically, Jerry's not his name either. That's the name forced on
His
him.
name is Jariba.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's listed
that's-
in the cast as Drac.
Is
But
he?
for short-
Yeah, it is- oh, fucking.
Yeah, and for short, Willis calls him Jerry.
Jerry. Yeah. So Will and Jerry, they're buddies now. Will's like, all right, I've done enough research on my tech level to make a bow and arrow out of pipes. I'm going to go fucking hunt one of these fluff bugs. Shoot the poor thing right in the fucking face. Like,
It doesn't even kill it.
it just comes like scurrying out of a bush, looking all cute, just like, woo, and then just boom, arrow to the face. And it runs away and totally fucking dekes stupid Will right into the dirt hole. And Will's in trouble. He's sitting at the bottom of this mound. A tentacle comes up. Tentacle's kind of feeling around. I got some Half-Life flashbacks here with the level where you have to crouch walk and the thing, stabs you. But Will's kind of fucked because, he can't climb out of the hole without making noise, and, he moves a little too much, and the tentacle wraps around his leg and just starts fucking his leg up.
Yeah, I legit thought he was going to lose his leg in this scene.
Yeah, it did look like it for a bit there.
That didn't happen.
I guess the tentacle is slightly corrosive or something.
It has a toothy appendage on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, his teeth.
It's
like-
more than teeth.
No,
Well-
there's teeth. It has like little pointy.
Because when you see
That's
later
it?
after
Yeah.
they've cleaned the wound, he does have like a good hole where the two teeth grabbed him.
Yeah.
But that's basically it.
But it's not even two teeth. It's like saw teeth all the way down.
Yeah.
that little,
Yeah,
That
there's
little
a one
pad.
running too,
It's like
yeah.
a little pad with teeth on it.
Yeah.
But basically, after it wraps around you, that secures it in place. And then a big old fucking dinosaur mouth comes out of the ground. And, it's going to devour you. Well,
It's a Tremors.
it is a Tremors.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a Tremors crossed with the Sarlacc.
Mhm. It is a slightly scarier graboid. But it also broke into the wrong rec room because fucking Jerry shows up with his pew pew blaster.
Could you imagine if Reba McEntire and whatever the hell his name was,
Dad from Family
Dad from
Ties.
Family Ties, just unloading assault rifles into the thing?
The
Good
problem
old
that I
Burt
had
Gummer.
with this shot was that it's pretty much exactly like you could overlay it right on top of Han Solo being grabbed
Yes.
by the Sarlacc, and
Ah.
Chewbacca shooting the
There's-
tentacle.
There's a couple of Harrison Ford joints that you could overlay this film on top of.
So yeah, they laser blast it. They take he takes Will back to their base camp, brands his leg, and he's like, "All right, here's the deal. You're really ugly, but you're nowhere near as ugly as that bug, and you're the prettiest thing I got around here."
So
Let's get down to
Yeah.
fucking.
over the lips and over the gums. Look out, fleshlight. Here it comes.
All right, so Will's like, I gotta get out of this situation. Oh, that shell from the bug, it's meteor proof. I'm going to say that like 20 times.
Common sense alarm going off.
Yeah.
Does velocity not exist in this world?
It only exists to a certain amount.
I mean, obviously, we saw his gun, so maybe he
Yeah.
doesn't understand.
Well,
that-
at the very least, I mean, yeah, but at the very least, it is more sturdy than like the twigs and shit he's putting on his
Sure.
roof. So
Sure. But
So
him just sitting there slapping it, going like,
Yeah.
oh, obviously my hand doesn't go through it, therefore
No,
a rock projectile
He picked
from
up a rock off the ground and
he,
smashed it.
he
Okay.
tapped a rock with it. He tapped it with a rock a few times.
Sure, yeah.
Either way, it's better than the fucking sticks they have.
It's better than the I'll grant you, it's better
Yeah.
than the
What I
sticks.
don't get though is like they found a cave later in like
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe a little later. And that cave was awesome. And it's like they spent a lot of time around this base camp. Like
not very good.
I know I don't have the map of the area, but I got a feeling they would have found a cave and moved there at some point.
That
But whatever.
probably had like a stone floor.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think editing was just in poor effect when they left the base camp to look for that other cave.
Yeah.
I'm
think
sure
it was-
that's part of it, but I also
he had to recite 170 generations of his family tree before they found that cave. So
feel like
it took a little while. to get
Jerry's just kind of like this is what's happening. I'm kind of just going with it, and Will is just kind of inept. So I'd take either way.
Is like probably one of the saddest moments in this is like Will asks Jerry at this point, he's like, "Where would you be without me?" And Jerry's just like, "I'd be home."
Mhm.
You fucking asshole.
You absolute twat.
So at this point, now that Jerry has gone ahead and learned the entire English language, Will's like, "I guess I better learn some Drac."
Some of your gobbledygook language.
After they have a spat and they make up. Have some hot makeup sex, and then
Apparently.
fucking Jerry's like, "Here's my book, it's yours now because you're the student.
my holy book.
Let's go up to a cliff and sing about the Drac god because you can't talk about him, you got to sing about him." Will's like, "Fuck,
Fucking
I
musicals.
got nothing else to do.
It's
I
like
guess
I'm
I'll listen to this."
stranded on an alien planet. I still have to go to fucking church.
And then he's like, "God, just smite me down." God's like, "Okay, meteor shower."
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
So now Will's pissed because Jerry, stranded, marooned on this planet, eating desiccated Hot Pockets and fluff bugs, has still somehow managed to get fat. So during the meteor shower, they decide to spend their time by just, casually fighting to the death.
Yeah.
They just, everything breaks down and they go full ham on
It's
each other.
so out of nowhere and so unearned and so stupid.
Now, I understand that, you're marooned with the same dude for like probably a year and a half now. You're going to have your moments. But this does not...
Sure.
This seems like the moment where you hold that inside till the meteor shower's over. And then you're like, "All right, motherfucker, let's discuss a few things."
No, that's like, yeah, meteor shower's over and it's like some mundane task that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Where it just boils over and you're just like, here's all the shit I hate about you.
Well, that or you don't save it just for the meteor shower and have it immediately end when the meteor shower does. Like,
Well,
kick them the
yes.
fuck out and watch them die.
Yeah.
Either way, well, he attempts to, but
Well, I know he does.
Will just sucks and Jerry is fat, so
Yeah.
it doesn't go anywhere.
If it's meteor shower, I'm going to be like that dude in Pompeii who was like killed jerking off. Like, all right, this is it.
See, it was me, and it was like, I built this house. You get the fuck out. I'd be like, all right, cool, and I'd just grab the roof and run with it
Yeah.
because I bet it would come right off.
Fun fact about Pompeii, because literacy was not a universal thing in the Roman Empire. They had to use a lot of symbols, and apparently directing commerce to the brothel is an important thing. So on the sidewalks of Pompeii, they have found just dicks and arrows for where they should go.
Yeah, I believe it.
That, or it had nothing to do with brothels, and there was just some kid that was like, "Ooh, wet cement."
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Just really articulate about how he's
Yeah,
sensitive to
that's been going on for years, guys. Come on.
all right, so either way, they rather than have a discussion about their feelings, they have a small fight to the death, and then Will's like, so if I stay here, I'm just gonna kill you. I gotta go. And then Jerry's like, all right, well,
He was coming down with space madness.
I'm not gonna tell you why I can't go with you, but I can't go with you. So you go, find some other place. And
Oh, it was part of why he's leaving is because he kept having this reoccurring dream about a spaceship.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Will's going off on a little adventure, and he finds like the magma set, and then he's like, oh, I got a feeling there'll be like an adventure here later. And then he because there's no way they put this much effort into this thing
No,
I just walked
of course
through
not.
without it coming up again. And then he's like, he finds a Pepsi can and he just freaks out. And he's like, oh my God, I found some trash. This is great. That means there's people around.
I love trash.
Hoarding filth. Then he finds a Drax skull just covered in bugs. And he kind of freaks out there and he realizes,
In the
it's
trash heap.
it's fucking scavengers. They don't like Drax. They're going to make Drax slaves. They're probably going to put things in my butt. I should leave.
I should go back to Drax so he can put things in my butt.
Yeah.
So,
Well, at least that way there's consent.
the one versus
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
um
I've taken a lot of dicks in my time, and I've chosen every one of those dicks.
Exactly.
So Will's like, I don't know if I should tell Jerry about, these scavengers or what, but I should probably go home.
I mean,
Why? Why not?
Yeah. Either way, it quickly does not become relevant because this movie throws a fucking like record scratch 180 at you right here.
so the dial goes up to 10. One of the movie producers went in and wrote after 10. They just scribbled in retard, and then they cranked it all the way up.
Okay.
That's at this point, I quote, "This movie goes full retard."
He never.
So I have the
Saying I was
feeling
quote didn't make a difference.
the second, the late second act of this movie, it was like a Mad Lib and there was just a blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing that changed it around is. And, they just asked a bunch of people without any context for what the movie is. And pregnant is what they came up with.
Yeah.
Because fucking Jerry, they did mention he was a hermaphrodite.
Sure.
He's
But yeah-
preggers.
I almost feel like that's why that was, the voiceover narration in the beginning is just because they were writing and he's like, well, what if one of them got pregnant? And like, they're both guys. That species gets pregnant.
Guys, this is based on a book.
I know.
It's a Hugo.
Well, same difference. The point is when the guy's writing, he's
I've
just
never
like,
read it.
fuck it.
Hugo Weaving Award.
Hugo weaving a word.
That's fine.
But the guy writing it still was just like,
I
what if
like
one of them
it.
got pregnant?
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
Hey,
It was, just
add something to the story, right?
roll the
Because
dice.
then there'll be kids involved and death and life.
So-
and,
Will's just like, how the fuck are you going to bring like a kid into this horrible world, and just like maroon him on this planet with you?
I ask a lot of people that every day.
Yeah. And then Jerry's just like, because it'll be someone other than you, motherfucker.
That is not correct.
That's not what happened, but that's how I imagined it.
Well, doesn't he say like it'll be a different face or something than yours?
Well, he's happy there'll be another person there, but he's mostly he's just happy because he's gonna have a baby.
Yeah.
Sure.
He says
So excited.
when it happens, and Drac have no control over when it.
And possibly have no way for it to get out, from what I can tell.
Well, something went wrong.
How fucking terrifying would that be? Just knowing that's
At any point, you could just become pregnant. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to. Hey, if you're a listener in Alabama,
Or
Oh wow.
kind of just ladies. So,
Is there a bag of Doritos around?
Ah.
certainly not.
He's purged them all. From the house.
I'm joking.
Don't make me go get the bag of pizza combos.
Listen,
You're usually joking. That doesn't make it better.
it does.
Oh, it does.
It does.
No, it does.
All right. So, either way, like
Yeah.
Jerry's in full mama mode now. He's making faces that are unacceptable.
He's making everything that's unacceptable. Also, at some point, this voiceover, and I know it's Dennis Quaid, but it sounds a lot like Brad Neely. So it suddenly turns into lizard people to your readers, and it's just weird. That may be too inside of a joke for most of our listeners, both of our listeners, but
All right. So
There's only 2 of them. They can Google it.
So Will's like, all right, well, Jerry beat me on the, the reveals here, so I'm not even going to tell him about the scavengers. Fuck that. And then,
Why?
But why lie about it? Just, you don't have to say that they're killing people. Just say that there are scavengers here.
yeah.
Well, even tell him like kill people. Like he knows that humans suck and have been killing his people. It's not new to him. He's aware of that shit. He's in the Drac army or whatever.
I wonder at either point now, did any of them realize that they're like, hey, I probably should have put like a note or something by the wrecks of our ships, maybe an arrow for where to find us.
Yeah.
Some indication we're still
Just
alive.
a scrawling of a dick with an arrow.
Yeah.
Something.
But even that, I was thinking like with the scavengers, just be like, all right, listen, scavengers going to show up. They suck ass. But we're going to get a ride on their ship. They're probably going to talk crap about you, but I'm going to tell them you belong to me, so leave you somewhat alone. We'll get the hell out of here. Then I'll get, like, the, whatever protection agency on Earth. I'll talk to them about your rights, and we'll get that shit dealt with. And we could have been done a lot faster.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I imagine that's where the thing goes anyway.
I think I need a Dorito.
Probably.
So, no, instead, Jerry
That
just
works. Yeah, I'll take one of these.
shows him his teeth a lot and then makes a pair of jammies while holding up the pair of jammies, he announces that the child's name will be Zammies.
Yeah, I thought he said jammies.
So yeah,
Yeah,
we all thought
he
the
was
kid's
just
name
happy
was
about jammies.
Yeah, I think this is a Hawk situation, like from Over the Top, where I don't know if they know what they were saying half the time, so whatever.
All right, so some time passes as Jerry gets ready for the coming of Zammies, and Tentacle Monster is just like, fuck this.
Found where you bitches live.
Yeah.
That's right, you guys made a meteor-proof roof, but no floor. Good job.
and I was under the impression that these things, had to live in their hole,
You would think.
but maybe they were too. But no, apparently they can dig through the frozen ground of winter. They don't give a damn.
It's just a Tremors.
Although I wonder if it could only come up there because of the fire was keeping that part of the ground thawed.
That's entirely possible.
Either way, spooky scene. Tentacle comes up. It's like Louis Gossett Jr. I cannot allow you to be in this film any further. I'm going to attempt to murder you.
For your own good, really.
Yeah. And then quick thinking Will here, just grabs the entire campfire.
Yep.
In his
Throws it
bare
right in his
hands.
mouth.
And throws it in the monsters.
I mean, that sucks, but it was super effective. The
It
monster
worked.
was just
It worked.
saying whatever, tentacle monster equivalent of fuck words are.
I honestly don't know what was worse, the grabbing the hot coals or then digging through the snow after with the burns. That's gotta suck.
So, all right, Jerry gets out of there. They just abandon their house.
Well, because at this point, the entire planet has decided to just attack them.
Yeah, because every tree in the world falls over right now.
And towards the center where the house is.
It's like whatever Jerry's god is decided that he was not allowed to live.
I interpreted that as the monster is so big underground that it's thrashing around and knocking all the shit over.
Pulling roots
Sure.
out or whatever.
They just did a very bad job of
Yeah, it was poorly
explaining that.
Yeah.
And if that is true, that also is ridiculous because that means the monster killed itself.
Maybe it didn't die.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I guess it couldn't have died. It might
But
have
it's just
not
also
died.
just super goofy looking. Like They're just walking, tree after tree is just falling directly
Yeah,
at them.
it's like Final Destination. Just
Yeah.
Tony Todd wants them dead.
It's very video game-esque. All right, so now they hike through the snow to find a cave, while Will has to distract himself from the burning pain in his hands by listening to fucking Jerry here say all 170 generations of his well, no, he doesn't at this point. That's right, only some of it. But I'm pretty sure, and you guys have seen this, more recently than I have, but didn't he say that there's only 5 names that keep repeating for the lineage? Like,
So we were laughing through a lot of it.
Yeah.
It certainly sounded like there was only 5 names,
Yeah.
but
It was 5 names back before it got back to zombies again.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it could have.
Yeah, because we were kind of caught up on the fact that it sounded
No.
like Will said his mom was a former whore.
Dolores.
how did it get from
The way.
Dolores
Waitress.
He said waitress, but he went in like waitress.
yeah.
We were like,
Well, yeah, not only does it seem like he was going to say whore, but the whole thing played out like she was a whore, but I don't want to tell you
Yeah,
that.
I don't
so
wanna say
changed it
that.
at the last minute.
not that you know what that is.
Yeah.
but yeah,
She
like,
was a waitress.
yeah, it sounded like a Danny DeVito whore was gonna come out of there.
All right, so in
And
the
my dad
cave-
was a
Farmer?
pet farmer.
So he tells Jerry about his lineage, his parents and his grandparents. And then he listens to all 170 generations of Jerry's lineage, which I am fairly certain is just the same 5 people over and over again.
And yeah, I think that also was in the conversation about why he's naming him zombies or whatever, because that's just the next in line of names or whatever, something.
Well, then that would be way easier to memorize than they made it out to be.
Yeah, it's like-
only
it's
5
like
names.
Avatar.
Yeah, but if fucking Dennis Quaid figured it out, then yes, it was easy. Like,
Yeah.
If Dennis could actually do it.
yeah.
Fire, water, earth, air. Fire, water, earth, air.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, now Jerry's like, let's do this. It's baby time. I'm going to scream a lot and then, give birth, but something's wrong. Will is like, don't you fucking die on me. I don't know what to do. What the hell's the plan here? And at that point, Jerry decides to tell him to open him.
Right.
Which,
Because where does the baby normally come from?
yeah, what?
And now I'm like, Will, you have a knife? Pretty sure? You have,
It's a
you have a sharp
Emerald
rock?
Lagasse brand steak knife.
I think that the Drax just have a pouch
I think.
that
I mean, I
But
guess
that's the thing. I would have. My first thing would have been like, dude, where? Because I don't know
Yeah.
where. Is
Right.
it coming out the front, the back, the side?
He
Like,
said,
why-
open me up right here, bro. Right here.
Open me.
Did they
just
do
gotta
like
open me.
Lamaze class or anything?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what? You think they would have, had the plan for the baby coming?
Yeah, you must know somehow
Yeah,
in the way this works.
you spent the last 6 months knitting that freaking overalls. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know 800 generations of your family, but I don't know where the fuck this baby's about to come out of.
tell me one thing where your vagina is.
It's
So-
his belly button.
But he doesn't know that.
So
He figures it out.
Will
He
performs.
figures it out.
No, he just cuts it open.
No, he
no.
just- he-
Will
fucking-
performs
Well,
a
oh,
C-section
sorry, yes.
Right.
with his bare hand.
But by C-section, we mean Cullen section. An Edward Cullen section. Because he vampires this guy open.
To be fair to him, he does not use his teeth.
But it was just clever, okay? C-section, Cullen. Come on, it was clever. You know what?
No
Eat your cabbage.
reference to that franchise is clever. It should just be forgotten.
I mean,
Oh no, that franchise will never not be funny.
Will's so pissed though. He just throws Jerry's corpse out the cage. Out the cave. Piles a bunch of rocks on it. Is like, see you later,
See you
Jerry.
later.
Yeah.
I gotta go in there and hang out with your mucus covered weird ass baby.
I legit at this scene thought he just left the baby behind. It was going. He was like, "Bye, Jerry."
The baby's under the rocks of the body.
I need to find those scavengers.
Yeah.
Joey got it worse because the beginning, buried Joey just put a big rock right on his face, just caving his nose bridge in. Just
Oh, I'm sure Jerry got the same treatment. We just didn't really see all of it.
the scavengers probably got to his ship and just found this pile of rocks with just like brains and eyeballs leaking out the sides from this rock.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure after he left Joey there, he's like, "I'll give my regards to the white balloon."
I'll give my regards to that fat bitch.
So,
I've learned nothing.
Johnny, want some
All
more
right.
something to drink?
so Will's
Yeah.
Okay.
Will's a papa now. He's got to chew Zammy's food for him, and it's just bad. Like I'm getting flashbacks to that was it Itchy from the holiday special.
Ooh, what? Wow.
Because
That's
Itchy
a
would
leap.
do the like that
Yeah.
kind of thing. He was Zammy's was doing a noise similar to it, and it was making me shudder. And then like baby Zammy's grows up real fast. He's like a little 5 or 6 year old.
Which is a shame because we were enjoying the few minutes there where he's just like throwing a puppet around this cave and
Yep.
shit.
Oh no, yeah. At one point, he does run over and grab the puppet and just brandish it like crazy at a matte painting.
He just backpacks it.
Dance
for a
magic
while.
dance, motherfucker.
He just backpacks it.
All right,
He does
so,
do that too.
we get the explanation as to you're a Drac, I'm a human. This is why I have 5 fingers, you only have 3. It's reasonably sweet.
It's fine. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
these are the only 2 creatures on this planet, like sentient creatures, I guess. So, I mean, he has no basis of information for Drac or human.
Yeah, that's
so
also
it's
why
like,
I don't know why he bothers with this. Because I would just be like,
you're my son.
yeah, like, oh, we
We
look
look
different. Yep, happens.
Yeah.
It's how it
Moving
goes,
on.
I guess. Yeah,
Like-
there you go.
Yeah.
But
So
But that's Drac erasure.
Yeah, you don't want to appropriate
and-
his culture.
Will being a human from the planet Murica.
Planet
also,
Murica?
Murica.
Oh, yeah.
He
he comes from
cannot-
America.
He has to establish the difference between them.
differences,
Yeah.
yeah.
He cannot accept that they're the same person.
Oh yeah, I do believe. Sadly, this is correct, but during watching this, John did say, "Look, I have 5 fingers. That makes me better."
Yeah.
Which I'm sure is
Yeah.
what he would have said.
Don't you know how oppressed you are?
All right, so Will goes and he actually finds the scavengers now. And he's like, shit. They got a bunch of Dracs here. They're just whipping the shit out of them.
Yeah.
They're scummy people.
And you got that one guy that looks like a cross-eyed mongoloid D. Snyder. I can't remember his name, but he's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
that guy.
Is
Yeah,
that
that
guy,
guy.
Like that guy.
is he the one that teaches Patrick Swayze how to, like, touch things in Ghost?
Oh God.
Who in this room is watching Ghost?
I don't know. Because I know I've seen him in a bunch of... He was in Buffy, too. He was, like, the gypsy guy in Buffy, wasn't he? Or that might be a different actor.
No, yeah, I think that's a different actor.
Okay, never mind.
He's in everything.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
in a lot
He
of
plays
stuff.
the same like
Just a goon.
punk
Yeah.
goon, mutant.
This
weirdo.
he's a young boy in this one,
But
but
this time he got to be the head punk goon
Yes.
weirdo.
that's
But
right.
he is in like every third TV show ever made.
And his
Whoa.
That's correct.
That one showed up on the microphone.
that one showed up on the chair
And the wall.
and the wall.
Listen,
You might have to scrub some of these
Yes.
Legos behind.
Listen.
you
He
afterwards.
just gave the Lego castle a new name.
That's right.
Joe was just trying to tell us of his lineage, and we need to respect that.
There are no kings in that castle anymore. Because they've got shit all over them.
All right.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And we've killed Tony.
So
Tony's having a Drac baby.
Will goes back to Zammy's. He's like, okay,
Sammy.
here's the deal. You can't go over there because there's some bad people over there. Now, get ready because I'm just going to school your ass in a game of football. Just
Yeah, what?
some one-on-one, kill the man with the ball. Here.
Small correction, because
What?
that might have been a better idea. He just says that direction, don't go there.
Basically, yeah.
Leaves it at that. Like,
Well, you mentioned
not
that-
there's danger there.
No, I don't think you understand what he was saying. I think he was saying he needs to go out only when the sun is in his favor. Because if he goes that way towards night, the scavengers are there.
Yeah, no,
He
definitely-
specifically
oh,
said that.
He tells them that there's other people there.
Well, he says, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I
Because
mentions the
immediately
scavengers.
afterwards, Zammies is like, I want to be a human, so we won't have this problem. But, I'm a drag. And then Will also, he's like, I'm ugly or whatever. And then Will can't be like, no, you're my son, you're beautiful. He's just like, you're a good looking Drac.
Yeah. I mean, you're less ugly than most of them.
Yeah.
You're good looking for one of you people.
I
Like,
assume.
oh, no.
He's like,
no.
you're one of the good ones.
Yeah, no.
You're so articulate.
Okay, stop.
Just be like, hey kid, at least, you don't have to worry about attracting a mate like I do. You're perfectly good looking to get yourself turned on.
You're
Yeah.
clean.
You're gonna die alone when you have a baby and stuff. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, I'll be long dead. You'll have a baby here and you'll die. It's cool. Then your baby can live for a couple of hours.
Until then, I'm going to fuck you up at football.
That's right.
But
This
before you
pumpkin
do,
or whatever.
figure out where that baby's coming from, because I don't know.
Yeah, could you tell? Yeah, Tony. Hey, come here, son. Can you show me where your vagina, your pee-gina is?
No. I'm not saying he's saying show me. I'm saying he's telling him
Show
to
me the
figure
money.
it out before things start coming out.
Show me the money.
Now, how terrible would it have been if there
All
was one scene where you see kind of from the back of like Will actually examining the anatomy of Zammies here and finding out that like that pouch just opens and he's like, oh, that would have been so much.
Yeah, just
So it shows Zammies from the back. Will is facing him. You show his hands
just-
reaching forward
Yeah.
and spreading apart. And you just see light shining
Yeah.
on his face, like
Or
Pulp
just like
Fiction.
he just reaches up and just kind of like flicks his nipples and it opens. Like, oh.
That's how
John
that
is
works.
regretting his decision
Yep.
Yeah.
to show up. For
He will
this
Oh,
episode.
never darken my doorstep again.
And I'll make this worse now to say that when he's first holding the baby, he's rubbing it with his thumb, and I'm like, you might not want to do that till you know what's going on here.
No, baby's gonna have orgasms. How you doing, John?
Ugh,
You all right over there?
And now I'm regretting my decision to come here.
I always do. All right, so at this point, like Zammies is like, oh yeah,
You
I'm
brought
a-
this evil here.
I'm a kid. That thing that you didn't want me to do, I'm gonna go do it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, well, he's a kid in the movie. That's
Yeah.
In the 80s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Time to go advance.
So there is a genuine threat of him dying.
He is.
Yes.
He is like, this plot is not going to advance itself. I got to take action. into my own
Clearly.
hand.
It's been like 3 years.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, why is this movie still going?
Yeah.
What could possibly
So-
be next?
Now,
Turns
two-
out Temple of Doom is next.
yeah, two scavengers show up, and they see the Drac, and they're like, let's just push this kid around a little while. And then, Zammies claws him in the face and, goes run around. And Will fucking just shoots an arrow through this. He looked like sort of like a discount Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, you're Kiefer Sutherland, you're Christian Slater,
Yeah.
you're generic young gun.
And now you have an arrow in your throat.
Yeah.
And he just dies. And then Will's
Oh, hilariously.
like chasing after this other dude, the one that's got Drac, and the other dude just shoots him.
Multiple times.
Turns out the way to get rescued on this planet is just to lie down
Just
and
die.
die. And it works, because sure enough, some spotlights come along and find Will. And
Well, this again kind of led me to think, yeah, we talked about whatever with the scavengers, but maybe when he was, having those dreams and hearing all those spaceships, they were looking for him, but he was either in the house or in the cave.
Yeah.
And like we talked about before, they didn't set anything up to find them. So, yeah, maybe they were just looking for him this whole time.
yeah.
Probably.
So, we now go to a model space station, and we check in on the airlock funeral home.
This is ridiculous. They have tubes full of Christmas wreaths.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
Yeah, I don't.
It's not even like a funeral wreath. It's literally like
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be
Christmas
a
tree
funeral
shop.
wreath, but
Christmas
it does.
wreaths.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also why? Because they don't seem to get coffins; they just fire them out of an airlock.
Yeah, they just
Well,
and the
jettison
wreath's
them
not
out.
even attached to them; it's just
It's fired
next
out.
to them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
just
fired
fired
out.
alongside them.
that's really how, like, in the Navy, how, like, if in a wartime, a burial at sea would pretty much be this.
But
you
not with a
couldn't-
Christmas
there would
wreath.
be other people watching, and it wouldn't be a Christmas
Yeah.
wreath. There'd be a little more ceremony.
Yeah.
But I'm not against the idea, space funeral, you
Yeah.
just launch the body out. I get that. But, like, either attach the wreath or skip the wreath. We don't... Like,
Yeah, who's
who's it for?
I think the wreath really is
Yeah.
what's catching us.
Yeah, like...
Also, yeah, if your religion is agnostic, there's like, fuck you, you don't get a song, you can't, like, request your own MP3 there.
I guess.
I guess not.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, maybe you could request it, but those guys didn't give a shit regardless.
Yeah.
So...
And no one gave a shit that all these people who laid their lives down for humanity here are just getting tossed into space.
No.
No one's overseeing them. So they're like, all right, you know what? We could steal stuff from these people. Let's open this guy up. And look, he's got a little book around his neck. I'm gonna take that and fuck.
but I'm not going to take it. I'm going to try and rip it off his
Yeah.
neck
Yeah.
instead of just like
pulling
it's a
over his
huge chain, like a huge cord.
Yeah.
You just slide it right over his head.
I mean,
take
it's,
it.
It's like
it's
a
yours.
Mr. T gauge chain here.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, I'm just going to pull it.
So that wakes Dennis Quaid up here. He brings him back, fucking grabs him and is like, jammies. The guy freaks out. And
Where's Jeremy?
so they take him through the space station, put him in some kind of operating room thing, find out he's been missing for 3 years. His buddies show up and they're like, yeah, no, that's Will Davich. He's a fucking dumbass, but man, is he intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's pretty much there for the whole
That
Frieza
guy.
saga.
Yeah.
And then then he just decides he's awake. And he's like, I'm going to steal one of these space planes.
That is the... I this is the part I do definitely want to fully cover properly.
There's a
here.
few things we have to talk about.
Yeah. But the big thing is, like, we go through the whole thing. He's presumed dead. They almost launch him out or whatever. And he wakes up. They take him to the hospital and all that stuff. But then we just jump over the fact that he went through a whole recovery period.
Yep.
Apparently had potentially faced some kind of war crimes for being a traitor. There was some issue with that just gets skipped. Like, all this
Tony,
shit where I'm
wait,
like...
wait. But you missed the part where that one guy said, no.
But more than that, this is almost as bad as Unbreakable, where you watch that whole movie and then it goes like, oh, well, here's the movie you would have liked to have seen, like, in text at the end. It's like, no, wait. We spent 20 minutes in the cave throwing a puppet around and shit. You can't discuss this dude's recovery?
Here's what I want to know. Did his sweet-ass beard, did that get the airlock funeral with the Christmas
Yes.
wreath? 'Cause I hope so.
Yeah, well, they just decorated it like a
Yeah.
wreath and sent it out.
I was going to say the Christmas wreaths are made of the beards of the dead.
Because now that beard's gone, like, I got nothing to give a shit about anymore.
There is that.
Because that beard was getting pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So,
He was,
Space Jesus.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was becoming a full-on Jedi.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was channeling his inner Kurt Russell.
all right, so now Will's like,
Yes.
oh, yeah, hey, you know how everyone was like, when this guy wakes up, he's immediately going to steal a ship and go back for some pair of pajamas or something?
He really wants his he wants his mommy and his daddy and his jammies. That's what we heard him say.
So, like, one guy tries to stop him, and the guy's like, Will's just like, I'll fuck you up. And the guy's like, yeah, all right, that's correct.
Okay, go be an asshole.
But yeah, I'll try and shame you on your way out. That'll work.
But also, like, again, and then again, this is why we need to see this. Like, fucking tell somebody something, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Like, be like, hey, I have a kid down there. I need to go save him.
I
Yeah.
impregnated an alien.
You don't need to get into specifics. Just,
Yeah.
hey, I was there a long time. I have a kid now.
Stuff
I need to
happened.
save
I don't
him.
want
They
to
don't
talk
give
about
a
it.
fuck.
Yeah, they're like, you.
But we don't know that. That's the thing. We don't know that.
Yeah,
it's
it would be nice to see
assumed, I
that
guess.
He
Yeah.
proposed them. He was like, there's a scavenger vessel down there. They got hostages.
Yeah. Instead, we just see him wake up from a coma and go, "Fuck you guys! I'm shooting my way out of here."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Wait, what?
Well,
Why?"
Because he is just going on an unapproved little like space mission here, and they're like, "Fuck you! I'm not opening the door." He's like, "Fuck you! I'll blow it
Yeah,
open."
I like the 5 minute back and forth. Open the door. I'm not gonna open this door. Open the door. I'm not gonna open the door. Open the door.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal. It is not.
Yeah.
So
He pews his way through the door.
yeah, and now I thought you had a fighter craft and access to like. Maybe you had access to an armory, but at least access to some supplies. Like, I thought your plan was going to be something more than I'm just going to walk in and sneak by people.
Nope. Just gonna go right back to the planet, which somehow he lands safely. I don't even understand because it was such trouble to get to the atmosphere before. But
Gotta save short round.
and yeah, I brought nothing with me more than the tiny gun and the knife again. I guess.
How about like,
He didn't even have that.
as far as I know, he
that's
was
fair. He
unarmed
might
when
not
went
have.
in
Yeah.
there. But how about, you just get on the radio with the fucking pirate ship and be like, I have a goddamn spaceship and I will blow your ass up. Put my pajamas outside. I'll pick them up and we're good.
On my jammies.
At least, like, try to Iron Eagle this shit.
Something.
Iron Eagle died.
No, never say die. Iron Eagle.
I mean, he died shitting out the jammies.
No, but
Another phrase you'll only ever hear on the
in
forum.
fairness, also an Iron Eagle, Louis Gossett Jr. has died by this point in the movie, too. He cannot be bothered to stick around for the
Never
whole
say
film.
die, just do it.
He shit his jammies out.
All
We
right,
all
so
do in the end.
he goes on like a stealth level here, by this pirate ship, and he fucking like goes into the mine, starts talking to the Drax, who none of them could give a fuck, and then like this one guy comes in with a whip and starts just whipping Drax just cause. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna punch you. I'm going to turn you into a puppet, and I'm going to throw you into this giant screw.
Pretty
And
good,
it
though.
was
Yeah.
amazing.
Pretty good.
Yeah, how did you rate this one, Rob?
You know what? As puppet, like, you could tell it was a puppet,
Mhm.
but at the same time, it still looked...
It flopped realistically.
Yeah.
It flopped. It was visceral enough to pass.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. I enjoyed it.
Well, I think the real thing is it was halfway through a grinder before you got to see Puppet.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
wasn't.
like-
It wasn't like puppet murder that I enjoy,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a good effect. I thought it was a good effect on its own.
You see this other like pirate guy. He's like, "Oh, what's going on at the end of the giant screw here? Oh, it's an ear. Oh, I'm getting choked to death." And some Temple of Doom breaks out. He's
Yeah, that's just Temple of Doom.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
we're already
just
there.
straight up Temple of Doom
Yeah.
at this point.
he turns into Private Eye mode, dons his trench coat and his not quite fedora, but his hat of some sort. And he just talks like this. He's like, "Trouble's out here," and he sneaks up on these guys and beats them with a shotgun. And then he's walking around inside the mine. And the mistake that like everyone always makes in all the movies when they see the person they want to rescue, and they just immediately start screaming their name and abandon
Drop
like
their
any
weapon on the
stealth.
floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? But, Will sucks for pretty much this whole movie.
Learned nothing.
Mm-hmm. So, head scav guy comes in, just captures Will real easy. He's
It's
got...
like, yeah, I remember you, punch.
Mm-hmm. It's like, here's what I'm going to do. I've now determined that you love this pair of pajamas a lot, so I am going to murder it in front of you. But not here. We're going to go out so everyone can see it.
Like you do.
And Will's just like, all right, that's fine. I'm just going to go fucking berserk on this one guy holding me and throw him into a bunch of barrels and then do like a Macho Man Randy Savage on top of the barrels, take his gun, shoot the other guy. And it's just back to Temple of Doom. There's mine carts now where Temple of Dooming in the mine. The Drax see that this guy is like, he's fighting all the other humans. They're like, maybe we should help.
Yeah, I guess we'll try a
Hey.
little bit.
I guess we could do that. I mean, I do have this gun.
I guess it's better than getting beaten and forced into servitude.
So basically, the head scav like knocks out Will. Zammies is just unconscious this whole time. Throws them both in a minecart. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna throw you in the smelter." And then one of the Drax is like, "Okay, I guess I'll just shoot you and stop the minecart."
Yeah.
And
Then the head guy falls in the minecart of lava-ish stuff or whatever. I don't know what it was, but he melted real good.
really, really warm KY jelly.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
With a red light shining through.
But we get another
that's how they
skeletal.
that's how they get Lewis in that suit.
We get another skeletal puppet.
That's their scented candle warmer. They just need like an industrial grade, like supersized one.
The guy's like, "Oh, it burns, but the lavender scent is so relaxing."
This Glade plugin was a great idea.
So now,
But also his buddies that from when he woke up from the coma show up for seemingly no reason,
yep,
and they somehow get spared by the other Drac
they didn't bring any guns either.
for seemingly no reason. Yeah, I don't know why they're even there.
Even though ostensibly they're going there to arrest Will.
Yeah,
I think they would have brought like a gun or something, but
that's
no.
a good point.
Will's like, Zammies, just fucking wake up. Zammies wakes up. You're like, all right, great. I'm gonna real quick just bring you to Drakon, the home of the Drax, and I'll bring the other Drax with me. I guess I'm not in trouble for blowing a hole in the airlock. I don't know. Narrator doesn't have time to talk about that.
We just cut to this. I guess it's the Drac homeworld, and they're doing some whole ceremony and stuff, and it's just again. What? How the fuck did we get there? Like all this shit just no.
My friends, you bow to no one.
So
Thank you, Merman.
So he takes Jammies home, or Zammies, and recites his entire lineage to him at whatever the sacred temple is. And Willis Davich is now added to the line of Jariba.
Oh,
And the movie ends.
and fucked it all up, by the way.
And fucked it all up.
Yeah. Well, if it repeats every 5 names,
Yeah. No, now
I mean,
it's
just fucking
So
fucked
Will
all that
Davich in
up.
there.
They're just gonna have to start naming the 6th kid Davich.
Well, yeah, but still, or no, because you can't even do that because then he would jump. Or well, no, I guess it doesn't matter. Never mind. But still, he fucked it up. Fuck that guy.
Okay.
Fucking Davich just.
Willis.
Yeah, fuck you, Will.
Fuck the mullet.
Yeah, what you talking about, Willis? All right, that's that movie,
Enemy Mine.
Enemy Mine, because it's in a mine, apparently, according to the people that made it.
Because they
Case-
think the audience is stupid.
Because you can't get the metaphor.
That's Tony. Do that thing you always do.
That's your cue. Just
Yeah.
silence.
Yeah,
Come on.
silly me. I
in
forgot how terrible we've gotten. So on RottenTomatoes.com.
Gotten?
Rock bottom was struck a long time
That's
ago.
right.
No, we
just
find
been
new lows
bouncing
every
around
time.
there.
I'm digging my way back up to the top.
Nope, you're in the wrong direction, my friend. So on RottenTomatoes.com, this is, I'm sure, a more reflective of the current status of this movie. But critics gave it a 60%. Audience gave this a 68%. Although maybe
Yeah, why do you think that's current?
because that still seems better than a $12 million return.
I mean,
But
Well, just because critics like it or dislike it doesn't mean it's a box office success or not.
tell that to the studio. Anyway. That's their thoughts and opinions on it. What about you and yours, while you're at it, John?
I'm still gonna recommend people watch it. It was fun enough.
Yeah.
It's got a good amount of laughs from us while we were sitting there watching it.
do you think it would have been the same if you were by yourself?
Not quite as, but I still would have been laughing.
Yeah, some of that stuff.
Especially, compared to, the movie that I remembered as a kid versus this now.
That's fair.
All right. Rob,
You
can say no. It's all right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna recommend it. I didn't hate it. Like it did have a lot of like what the hell is happening moments, and that was entertaining. But like halfway through the movie, you're just like, why isn't this over yet? what is this third plot that we've found ourselves in? I don't know. I'm thinking about the Christmas wreaths, and I'm like, am I going to recommend it? Just
Based on that,
based on the fact that they're firing Christmas wreaths into space with corpses. I'll give it a light recommend. This movie's so friggin' stupid.
I so now just want to see the cutaway to that planet where they're just like, oh, that's weird weather, and then just bodies and wreaths.
Yeah, it's like,
But Joe,
So I'm going to recommend it. I have talked a lot of shit about this movie over the past hour or so, but for the two guys from opposite sides having to work together kind of movie, I don't think any of them have a premise this crazy or a setting this weird. And I was just like, this is just a friggin' strange movie the whole time. And I liked that. The plot did drag in a lot of parts, but I thought that, for a Dennis Quaid movie, you got about as good of acting out of Dennis Quaid as you're going to get. I liked Louis Gossett Jr. I thought, the Dracs were cool. I loved all the little monster puppets. And, overall, like, I don't know if I really want to watch this again anytime soon, but I'm glad I watched it, if that makes sense.
yeah, okay, I'll agree with that.
yeah, I think that you almost swayed me in a way. I will do kind of a light recommend of, maybe this is worth seeing at least once. We didn't really get into it much, but I think the makeup effects are fantastic. Yes, the monster puppets are great too, but like the whole, you can say what you want about the design of the alien, but like the little things of as we talked while watching it.
Execution of
Yeah, the little like flappy bits by the mouth and the side of the head, just that weird pulsating and stuff. It's just done really well. It's got a good message, though they don't think weird way of getting there. Well, yeah, it's about getting along and shit. But
Getting along.
so I feel like this is almost kind of how I feel with Avatar in a way, where it's like I know it's just Dances with Wolves, which is just Pocahontas and whatever, but like if you want to see that through the lens of a weird sci-fi movie, you go with Avatar. And this, again, like you talked about, it's, basic storyline, but also really not in its own weird ways. So, yeah, I'll say light recommend, maybe check it out sometime. That's
and
all.
it even comes current with current gender definitions that we're
Sort of.
growing through in this time.
Tony, let me ask you this. This is a what would you do? What if I broke into your house and you weren't there, which is probably not very difficult. And
Probably not very worthwhile either.
No, definitely not.
to your bedroom, put on
Definitely not.
the inside of your bedroom door, so when you closed it and probably would not notice till you got into bed, just a poster of the face that Jerry is making when he's about to tell Will that he's pregnant. Like that, just looking at you when you're in bed.
What would I do?
How mad would you be?
I'd be-
First off, when you turned around and saw that, like right as you got under the covers and looked up, what would you do?
you would get one of two reactions out of me. One would be when I come home and I'm super tired and I'd just be like, what the fuck is this? And rip it off the wall immediately. The other would be when I'm even more tired and I'm probably already in bed and don't notice till I roll over after, at which point I might shit my pants.
I'm picturing
I'd like to posit a third reaction. You look over and you're like, why am I in bed with the lights on?
Ah.
No? All right.
So I'm picturing kind of like the Tourette's guy when he woke up next to the giant blue M&M.
Yes, yes. That's
Motherfucker!
about it. Now that I know it's you, you'll be in trouble. If that just happened,
Tony, it would take more than that to get me to enter your apartment.
oh yeah. I'm just saying, in this hypothetical situation. Yeah, I'd be very upset at the person who did it, though. I think where we're going with that.
Great. So, that's that movie. Who rolled last time?
It wasn't me.
Oh, shit.
It was Tony, right?
Sure.
Or did we let Will roll?
Did Will roll?
Will didn't roll.
No.
So then it was me?
Was it you? I don't remember.
So, I mean, it would normally be Brian's roll, but he is on sabbatical.
But that would make it to me. I feel like I rolled too recently.
I'll
You
roll.
can roll fairly.
Yeah, John,
let's
John
let
can
John
roll. John can roll.
Yeah, me and a D20.
You better have good movies at the high end
Yeah.
because
I don't have movies in any. It's
Now watch, this will be the time that I...
No, if it's a 20 though, we're in trouble.
the D20. Yeah, that means John gets to pick whatever and then bounce.
fuck.
Yeah, then smoke bomb out of your.
Woo!
Oh, come on!
Yeah.
Son
Why,
of a
why did he
bitch!
not? Of course it's a 20. Called it.
Oh my god. All right. Hey, John, what movie are we watching next?
Oh, boy.
Jesus.
Motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
Sorry to kind of put you on. Well, I guess you put yourself on the spot on this one. So.
God.
Yeah.
What the?
I don't know, can we take a quick cut so I can review some of the,
Yeah,
the
maybe we
list
better.
that
Sure.
you've already done?
It doesn't have to be on the list. All right,
Well, you
guys.
said-
We're going to take a brief cut and we'll be right back. All right, everybody, we're back. John, what did you decide?
So, I decided to continue on with the theme of two different cultures colliding and learning to coincide with each other.
Shrek the Third.
Track the third. Yeah. And would be the movie that if I had to recommend something other than Enemy Mine that would be similar, it's the 13th Warrior. It's a tale of Vikings and Antonio Banderas.
Yep.
As ridiculous as that sounds.
He could have been more mean, so.
No, absolutely. Listen, we're getting off easy as far as
Yeah.
I'm concerned. Y'all are lucky it wasn't me. It would have been another Transformers movie.
I know.
probably. Or worse somehow.
Why?
Because I hate you. But I hate myself more.
I could have made you do Modern Vampires again.
Can't do a movie again.
That's
so
right.
That's right.
It's already hurt us. We already have the scars.
All right,
Yeah,
so
we've already been infected with developed
All right.
immunities
Could have made you do the Beowulf
with Christopher
Lambert.
Christopher Lambert. Yeah.
Well, that's when John fucking somehow,
bad.
somehow gets the die roll and rolls another 20 next time.
Yeah,
That's
somehow.
what he's going to make us do.
Yeah, we need to plan out who's rolling what when.
It ain't going to be him.
Well, we
Yeah.
did. We just forgot.
No, but I mean like to make sure it does not go to John is the point.
What?
You just have a no guests rolling policy, but
Oh yeah, okay, that's good.
I don't, listen, we got
Christopher
off early.
Lambert. That's why. All right.
Thank you for coming today and
Yeah.
participating.
All right, that would be
Oh, yes.
If I ever roll a 1, that'll be the one.
Because I'm sure that's 25% or less on Rotten
Yeah,
Tomatoes.
Probably.
no doubt.
That's a pretty safe bet.
That might not have been rated, but
Guys, we want to thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this, make sure that you are a subscriber to the podcast. You can find us wherever podcasts are sold for free. Check out our Podbean page. You can check out our Teespring page if you want to buy some merch. Got some crap there. Check our
look for our new blow up doll plus Gossip
It's our
Jr.
blow up doll exploded view. Go to podbean.com/4am podcast to find our podcast, our past episodes, as well as links to our merch page and all that stuff.
Whoa.
Joe is having
Blasting off.
Blast
again.
off.
having colon issues right now. He's just he's got colon vid 19 up the wazoo, and
Yeah, put a mask on that end.
he's what's known as a super spreader.
Even though you should.
No, I should.
We will get you diapers. Yes, you can.
Yeah, you need a K95 underpants. Guys, we want to thank you so much for listening. Join us next time for the 13th Warrior. Maybe that little bitch will join us this time. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, everybody.
Adios.
Shut up, Toadface.
Which means good night, everybody.